Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything, and slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now listen and learn English as exploring our world. Deep within the heart of Africa, a tragedy unfolded. A routine flight turned into a fight for survival. This wasn't a storm, a mechanical failure, or a bird strike. This was something far stranger, something that would send chills down the spines of even the most seasoned pilots. The Democratic Republic of Congo, 2010. But on this day, the danger didn't come from the jungle floor. It came from inside the plane itself. Filair Flight, an unassuming passenger plane, took off into the humid African air. On board, a mix of locals and tourists, all looking forward to reaching their destinations. Unbeknownst to them, they shared the plane with a silent, scaly stowaway, a creature that spelled disaster for everyone on board. It was a crocodile. Its escape from confinement would set off a chain reaction, turning the plane into a scene of chaos. The crocodile, disoriented and terrified, thrashed its way through the confined space of the aircraft cabin. Passengers screamed, scrambling to get away from the unexpected danger. The delicate balance of the aircraft was thrown into disarray. A struggle ensued, a desperate battle for control as the plane plummeted towards the earth. August 25, 2010. Filair Flight was about to embark on another journey across the Democratic Republic of Congo. 18 souls were scattered among the plane's worn seats. The captain and his co-pilot ran their pre-flight checks, unaware of the extraordinary turn ahead. The air crackled with anticipation as the plane taxied down the runway. The engines roared, a familiar symphony of power and hope. The wheels lifted off the ground, and Filair Flight climbed into the bright African sky. Below, the dense jungle canopy stretched out like an endless green ocean. Their destination, Bandundu Airport, a small outpost on the edge of civilization. For some, it was a homecoming. Little did they know, a storm was brewing within the very heart of their metal bird. Hundreds of miles passed, marked by the drone of the engines and the murmur of conversations. The sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the cabin. The passengers settled into the rhythm of the flight, some dozing, others gazing out at the passing scenery. But deep within the cargo hold, hidden beneath luggage and supplies, a silent passenger was about to make its presence known. The crocodile, smuggled aboard in its makeshift prison, was growing restless. The ticking clock of fate was about to strike. The descent into Bandundu Airport had begun. Outside, the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. Inside, a sense of anticipation filled the air as passengers gathered their belongings. But the tranquility was shattered in an instant. A commotion erupted from the back of the plane. The source of the chaos? The crocodile, no longer content with its confinement, had broken free. Imagine the scene. A reptile over a meter long, thrashing wildly in the cramped aisle of the Let L410 turbolet. The plane lurched violently with each movement of the panicked animal. Passengers scrambled to get away, their terror echoing in the confined space. The pilot and co-pilot fought to regain control. Outside, the twinkling lights of Bandundu Airport beckoned, a beacon of safety just within reach. 1 kilometer. That's all that separated Filair Flight from a safe landing. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. The plane, now a chaotic whirlwind of terror and desperation, failed to respond. Amidst the wreckage, a miracle. One passenger, pulled from the twisted metal, cheated death. His story, a chilling testament to the terrifying moments before the crash. His voice, trembling with the memory, painted a vivid picture of the chaos that unfolded within the doomed aircraft. One minute we were preparing to land, the next, all hell broke loose. The man, still grappling with the shock of survival, could only stare at his bandaged hands. He recounted the moment the crocodile escaped, the collective gasp of horror that swept through the cabin. People were screaming, pushing, falling over each other, he said, his voice strained. The crocodile, disoriented and terrified, thrashed wildly in the narrow aisle. Passengers scrambled to get away from the snapping jaws and lashing tail. The plane swayed precariously under the weight of the shifting passengers. The pilots, their voices tense over the intercom, struggled to regain control. Their commands, drowned out by the screams of the terrified passengers, were futile against the tide of panic. The nose of the plane dipped sharply, the ground rushing closer with alarming speed. "We're going down!" someone screamed, a cry that echoed the chilling truth. The last thing he remembered was a deafening crash, the screech of metal against wood, and then darkness. He woke up amidst the wreckage, dazed and disoriented. The air was thick with the smell of aviation fuel and the groans of the dying. He was the sole survivor, pulled from the twisted metal by rescuers who couldn't believe their eyes. 20 souls lost, their journey cut short by the most bizarre of circumstances. The crocodile, its reign of terror over, lay dead amidst the debris. News of the crash sent shockwaves across the globe. How could a seemingly routine flight end in such a bizarre and horrific tragedy? The world demanded answers. Investigators, their faces grim, descended upon the crash site. The wreckage of the Let L-410 turbolit, a mangled testament to the chaos that had unfolded, lay scattered across the jungle floor. The black boxes, retrieved from the wreckage, promised to reveal the pilot's final moments. Amidst the wreckage, a chilling discovery: the lifeless body of a crocodile. The survivor's account, once dismissed as the ramblings of a traumatized mind, suddenly took on a horrifying reality. The investigators, initially skeptical, began to piece together the sequence of events. The crocodile, smuggled aboard in a duffel bag, had escaped during the descent, triggering a wave of panic among the passengers. The sudden shift in weight had upset the plane's delicate balance, sending it spiraling towards the ground. But questions lingered. Who had smuggled the crocodile aboard? What were their motives, and how had the reptile managed to escape its confinement undetected? The investigation, hampered by the remoteness of the crash site, struggled to provide definitive answers. The man who had smuggled the crocodile, his identity unknown, had vanished. The truth, like the wreckage of the plane, lay buried beneath layers of speculation and unanswered questions. The crash of Philair flight serves as a stark reminder of life's fragility and the unpredictable nature of fate. It highlighted the dangers of wildlife trafficking and the catastrophic consequences of unnatural situations. The families of the victims found little solace in the investigation's findings. When the news of the Philair crash broke, it wasn't the crash itself that made headlines. It was the cause. A crocodile? On a plane? The story spread like wildfire, fueled by disbelief and morbid curiosity. News outlets around the world splashed the tale across their front pages. The internet erupted with a frenzy of activity. The crocodile, once a creature of the swamp, had become an unlikely viral sensation, its image forever linked to the tragedy of Philair flight. Beyond the initial wave of shock, the crash of Philair flight cast a harsh spotlight on air travel realities. It revealed lax security measures and a thriving black market for exotic animals. Systemic corruption allowed a live crocodile to be smuggled onto a plane, a stark reminder of disparities in global aviation safety standards. The tragedy of Philair flight served as a wake-up call, prompting calls for immediate action and sweeping reforms. International aviation organizations scrambled to implement stricter safety protocols and enhance security measures at airports in vulnerable regions. Governments pledged to crack down on the illegal trade in exotic animals. The incident highlighted the interconnectedness of the world, demonstrating how a single, seemingly isolated event in the heart of Africa could have far-reaching consequences. While the media frenzy surrounding the crash eventually subsided, the impact continued to reverberate. The crash of Philair flight was a stark reminder of safety and security. It was a lesson learned in the most tragic of circumstances. The Philair crash, with its almost unbelievable cause, stands out as a stark reminder that the unexpected can occur in aviation. Throughout history, the skies have borne witness to strange, almost unbelievable incidents. These underscore the unpredictable nature of flight and the delicate balance between man and machine. Take, for example, the incredible story of the Gimli glider, an event that unfolded over the Canadian prairies in 1983. Air Canada Flight 143, a Boeing 767 carrying 69 souls, was cruising at 41,000 feet when the unthinkable happened. The plane ran out of fuel. A conversion error from metric to imperial units had resulted in the aircraft taking off with less than half the fuel it needed. The pilots, faced with a nightmare scenario, fought to maintain control. The Boeing 767 became a massive glider, its fate hanging precariously in the balance. The pilots managed to glide the plane for 17 minutes, desperately searching for a safe place to land. Their prayers were answered in the form of a former Royal Canadian Air Force base in Gimli, Manitoba, its runway now repurposed as a racetrack. With nerves of steel and a healthy dose of luck, the pilots executed a risky but flawless landing, bringing the gliding behemoth to a halt just meters from a group of unsuspecting picnickers. The Gimli glider, as it came to be known, became a testament to human skill and ingenuity, a story of survival against seemingly insurmountable odds. Yet the story of the Gimli glider pales in comparison to Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571. In 1972, this chartered flight, carrying a Uruguayan rugby team, crashed high in the Andes Mountains. Stranded in the unforgiving wilderness, the survivors confronted the limits of human endurance. Their story became a chilling reminder of the fragility of life. The crash of Philair flight, a tale spun from tragedy and the bizarre, serves as a stark reminder of aviation's unpredictable nature. Despite technological advancements and stringent safety protocols, the skies remain a realm where the unexpected can occur at any moment. The potential for disaster always lurks just beyond the horizon. The story of the crocodile and the plane, as outlandish as it may seem, reminds us that the greatest threats often come from unexpected sources. The crocodile, a creature of instinct and primal power, became an unlikely agent of chaos, its presence on that flight a testament to the unseen dangers. Even in a controlled environment, danger can lurk in the shadows, waiting for its moment to strike. This story urges us to respect the unknown, reminding us to remain vigilant in our pursuits. The legacy of Philair flight extends far beyond the wreckage scattered across the Congolese jungle. It lives on in the enhanced safety protocols implemented at airports around the world, in the heightened awareness of wildlife trafficking, and in the collective memory of an industry marked by the bizarre tale of the crocodile and the plane. The incident serves as a stark reminder that safety is a continuous journey, a commitment to vigilance and preparedness. The story of Philair flight, passed down through aviation history, will continue to fascinate and inspire. It stands as a testament to storytelling, a reminder that even bizarre events hold valuable lessons. The tale of the crocodile and the plane will live on, a captivating reminder of our world's unpredictability.